All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders at Great Millstone who do well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. Okay, those of you coming back to the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, whose Hebrew name is Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, in the name of Yahushai, the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Ba'Hashem, in the name of the Kakadash, which is the Holy Spirit sent from on high in these latter days, via the Comforter through the Most High, through Yahushai, right, to the minds, all right, of the prophets, all right, to teach this word, so that those who have ears to hear, all right, can be gathered. Which we're here for the remnant, the elect. We're not here for the whole nation of Israel. We're here for the elect, right? Because the elect are going to be the ones that are appreciative of this word. You know, the downtrodden, just like at the time of Yahushai, those the downtrodden, the maimed, the halted, the blind, those who needed and understood that they needed, you know, help, that ultimately rolled with him, man. So that's what we're here for. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh GMS DAL, we're gathered here today for a class. And we're just going to roll in the Spirit in Isaiah, the 51st chapter. Whoever's going to read.
Start from the top.
Yeah, start from the top. And this is a word of comfort to the elect. All right? This is not for the 2/3 of our people. Okay? Let's go.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 1. And it reads, "Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness."
See? Hearken unto me, ye that follow after righteousness, man. And who's following after righteousness here in these latter days? It's the remnant, the elect, those who are serious about this word, those who understand and the severity of the times we're in. This is to the 2/3 of our people, even the elect of the 2/3 who are in the nation of Israel. That's what we're going to start calling you Israelites who know you're Israelites, but you're in a reprobate spirit. You're just the elect of the 2/3. Okay, we're not speaking to you. We're speaking to those who follow after righteousness. Go ahead.
It says, "Look unto the rock whence ye are hewn, into the hole of the pit whence ye are dead."
Right, and that's speaking of ultimately Yahushai. As we're going to see as we read through this chapter, Yahushai's presence is within this chapter and throughout the whole Old Testament. All right, Torah, Tanakh. Okay, he's all throughout it. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Look unto Abraham your father, and Sarah that bare you. For I called him alone and blessed him and increased him.
Right, now why is that important? All right, because that's where the promise lies for us. All right, when you go to the promise that was given unto Abraham, it was passed down unto Isaac. All right, and through Isaac, all right, who had Jacob and Esau, the blessing of that holy land, which is where we're going to govern the whole entire planet Earth out of. It starts with Abraham. He's the one who's ultimately responsible for restoring all things, as there was a falling away of the sons of God at his time. Okay, he was the one responsible through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, because who did he go through? Melchizedek. That's why the scriptures had it a point to mention Melchizedek, because ultimately that's our access to the blessings through Yahweh, through Yahushai, and it was Abraham used as the figure to tie us to a very, very beautiful promise, man. Go ahead.
Quick precept. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 24. Start at verse 23. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, they that inhabit those wastes of the land of Israel speak, saying, Abraham was one.
Where you at, brother?
Ezekiel 33 and 24.
Okay.
It says, Abraham was one, and he inherited the land. But we are many, the land is given us for the inheritance.
Ezekiel 33 and 24?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
No, I saw good. Ezekiel 33 and 24. It says, Son of man, they that inhabit those wastes of the land of Israel speak, saying, Abraham was one, and he inherited the land, but we are many. The land is given us for an inheritance. And when you continue to read, it's going into judgment because of their idols, but the case in point was how, go what you said, Elder, how, they talked about how Abraham was given the land, but it was given unto us who are multiplied in the land as an inheritance.
Right, because it says to you and your seed.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing was said to Isaac, and then somebody get Genesis, the 10th chapter, 35th chapter, and the 10th verse. Genesis 35 and 10.
I got it.
And if you're away from the camera, just read a little louder.
This is Genesis chapter 35, verse 10. It says, and the Most High said unto him, thy name is Jacob, thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
Keep going.
And the Most High said unto him, I am the Most High Almighty, be fruitful and multiply, a nation and a company of nations shall be of thee.
Right, be fruitful and multiply, and a nation and a company of nations shall be of thee. So each tribe is like unto a nation, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
Through Judah, you have the royal lineage of David. Okay? And that's the king's lineage, which Yahushua came through. Go ahead.
And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee I will.
See, and to thy seed after thee will I give to the land which I gave unto Abraham and Isaac, you are the heir of that promise. And Jacob had 12 sons. All right, and what was it said about the 12 sons? In the latter days, what would happen? They would be as the sand of the sea, but a remnant will return. Well, why are we returning? For the heirs of that promise that we're reading. Go ahead, read it again.
Genesis 35 and 12. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land.
There you go. So that's all we need. We can go back to Isaiah 51.
God.
So, and then when you also looking into Abraham, his works, his faith, that's how he was justified, through faith. All right, here it is. The Lord told Abraham, all right, it's through Isaac, this great promise that I'm passing down and giving unto you is going to be forwarded. But then he told him to put him to death. So just imagine the faith that was needed, because when you read in Hebrews 11, why was he so comfortable doing it?
Because he knew the Lord would raise him back up.
He knew the Lord. It says it. He knew. He believed. Well, if you promised that you will give me this land, but then it's through him, and I got to put him to death. Well, you must go raise him back. You go raise him from the dead.
What other conclusion can I come to?
Right. He believed on that level.
Right. Yeah, I want to just back up what you're saying. This is Romans 4 and 11. It says, and he received, and it's talking about our forefather Abraham, and he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of the faith, which he had, yet being uncircumcised.
You know, he was uncircumcised, and that's why when you see this concept of the uncircumcision in the New Testament, they will be justified by faith, all right, through the faith of Abraham, basically. That's what ties the elect to Abraham. You Christians like to hijack Abraham as if Isaac and Jacob wasn't in the picture as well. Still a whole narrative surrounding Abraham. Okay, go ahead.
That he might be the father of all of them that believe, though they be not circumcised.
Boom. And that's us. You know, the way we came into this truth was the very way Abraham came into the truth.
Right.
In an uncircumcised state. All right. Your father was worshiping idols, just like Terah, his father was worshiping idols. You're not in your land. Abraham was going where? Ur of the Chaldees. Yep. All right, the physical landmass of where Iraq is, the physical landmass of ancient Babylon. I was there. Yep. All right, and he saw the idols and everything in their purest form that we, in our time, have awakened to the truth, while the same idols are being practiced. Yep. Go ahead.
That righteousness might be imputed unto them also. And the father of circumcision to them who are not of the circumcision only, but also walk in the steps of that faith of our father Abraham, which he had, yet being uncircumcised.
And he was given that promise while he was uncircumcised. Yep. So that should be bigger. Like, wow, we do have a chance.
That's our story.
Right. Right.
We have, rights to that same inheritance, heirs to that same inheritance, just through our faith, man.
Right.
In the promise of circumcision, not being circumcised, because we didn't come into this thing only we was Israelites, keeping the customs, keeping the Passover, so on and so forth. One more verse. This is Romans 4 and 13. It says, for the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law.
To his seed. There we go. See, the Bible through Isaac was that seed. Yep. Through Jacob, who had 12 sons. Yep. But it wasn't predicated upon the fact that you the first covenant. Right. Okay, that promise was given before the first covenant was made. You know, go ahead.
Romans 4:13. For the promise that he should be the heir of the world was not to Abraham or to his seed through the law, but through the righteousness of faith. And it's talking about the world, it's Israel, man. You know, they did Isaac, Jacob. You know, Abraham had other sons. His firstborn through Hagar. You know,
Right.
but that shows that it's all just through the promise by faith.
Right.
You know, it was just set up in the spirit that way.
We're justified by faith.
We're justified by faith.
There's particular traditions that the sons of God were doing that Abraham had no idea about. He wasn't raised in a scenario to where he knew about them or was faithful to those particular things. He was justified by faith in an uncircumcised state. So that's our very story. You know? So we can go back to Isaiah 51.
God. This is back in Isaiah chapter 51. I'm going to read verse 2 again. Look unto Abraham your father, and unto Sarah that bare you.
Right, and that was a miracle birth too.
Yes, it was.
They were both older in age, just like John the Baptist's father and mother, older in age, and ultimately, hey,
That's why Isaac's name laughed at that, because she laughed.
right,
You know, when the angel came, you know.
that's right. The Lord is able to do the right things in situations where you wouldn't even believe. So all of this is linked to faith. Go ahead.
God. It says, for I called him alone, and blessed him, and increased him. For Yahweh shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all of her waste places, and will make her wilderness like Eden.
Right. See, all of these different where we live at, how destroyed this earth is. Like the Lord is, we're living in a time that this is the generation. All right. I was listening to Apostle DeBar's video, and he said the fate of the nation lies on the elect, and we know Yahweh Shai is the head of the elect. So what we're doing in this time, somebody get that scripture, the welfare of the earth. I believe it's in Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon 6:24.
Yeah. What we're doing, man, like, you know, what we're doing is basically very important to the kingdom coming, because this testimony would have to go out. We're not a part of a low level. This is big what we're doing. Wisdom of Solomon, what you say?
6:24. I can read it for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 6:24. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world. Woo! And a wise king is the upholding of the people.
There you go. The multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, man. Like, even the heathen, like, this message that we have, like, their hope lies on this, because Esau will destroy every goddamn thing. Yep. The whole fate of the earth lies in this message.
Yeah. Humanity, so to speak, is in the hands of the the elect, man. We're going to have to restore humanity.
There you go.
The earth is going to be given into the hands of the righteous.
Right. Keep reading.
It says, verse 25, the last verse of Wisdom of Solomon 6:25. Receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. And the whole world, as we know, is going to receive those instructions, like it says in the prophecy in Isaiah 2.
Right.
You know, the teaching shall go forth out of Zion. The law shall go forth out of Zion.
Right.
Through this word, it's going to be through all the other heathen nations too.
Right.
They're going to have to live by the word too.
Right.
And it's even when you go into the name of Jerusalem, Jerusalem, we say it's city of peace. Teaching it that the water, exactly. I was about to say that. When you go into the Hebrew, Yerusha and Shalom, which is also teaching of peace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have the word Yerah, which in the Hebrew is fear, but it's also to teach as well. Because a lot of times we're taught through the fear of the Lord.
Right.
You know? Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That's right.
But that's why it's going to be a city of peace, because of that teaching of peace.
Absolutely.
Right. You know?
I got a precept. Isaiah 26:9. With my soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me will I speak early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness.
That's it. That's it right there.
That was Isaiah 26.
Yeah, Isaiah 26:9.
Yeah, that's
Yep. Let favor be showed unto the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. And in the land of uprightness, Jerusalem, because that's what Jerusalem was chosen for righteousness to go forth from there. Where do you think Adam was? He was in Jerusalem. That's where he started at.
absolutely.
The original temple was the promised land. He was to keep and watch over that region, and from there the earth was to be made paradise. That's what we're going to have under Yahushua. We're going to return to that land, and everybody going to have to learn righteousness.
That's right.
So what we're doing is going to lead to that.
That's right. That's right.
Through Yahushua's sacrifice, it's this sacrifice under his sacrifice is going to save everything.
Bring it out.
You know, that's why the elect are also called saviors.
That's right.
Go ahead.
God, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 24, verse 3. And it says, who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart. And again, that's something that's very scarce in a land that's full of wickedness, which is Babylon and other various parts of the earth. But as you went into supplying that remnant are the ones that are going to be fulfilling this. Okay? That's that innocence which is going to make the elect be without fault before the throne, as you read it in Revelation chapter 14.
Right.
When you continue, it says, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully, he shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. And it's the point that I wanted right here when I'm about to read in verse 6. And you said earlier, went into the Apostle Bar's video, going into how this could be that generation, this could be that people that's ushering righteousness in the earth to that conveying of the new world to come.
Right. And even if it ain't, think about this. If it ain't, just like the forefathers before us that we read about, this is going to be something.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
That's right.
Because we're leaving behind that legacy. Because eventually it's going to happen.
That's right.
But this got to be it.
God.
Like, why would the Lord do it and wake us all up now?
Straight up.
It's got to be it. Hopefully it's it.
I believe
through faith it is.
It's going to happen in our time.
I believe this verse 6 applies to us.
Yeah.
This is verse 6. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Salah. That was the point that I wanted, because he said confirmation that this was that generation that was going to ascend into the hill of the Lord and have those clean hands. So there's a generation on the earth here that's going to be doing that.
Justified by faith.
That's right.
Man,
That's right.
beautiful.
Because we don't have clean hands in the flesh.
Yeah, straight up.
Which is ultimately being covered through that blood of Yahushua. Hopefully we're that body. We don't know, but there is ultimately foretold that there will be a remnant. Somebody get Zephaniah 3:12. There's going to be a remnant that's going to get it right. And it's like looking at Israel, the water Yahweh shine for that remnant. Because we will be through without the remnant, without the Lord having a particular seed amongst our people that he justified. What can we do?
Right.
Go ahead.
This is Zephaniah 3:12. It says, I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord.
Right. They shall trust in the name of the Lord. And that describes David's hardcore following. They were in debt. They were weary. They were tired. They were just afflicted. They were catching hell. Being faithful to David came with a hell of a lot. And they remained faithful. Same thing with us. The tabernacle of David being rebuilt in these times, man. Go ahead.
Verse 13, it says, the remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor...
Right, but they shall trust in the name of the Lord. They shall trust in the name of Yahweh, man. This got to be it. Who's going hardcore for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? Making sure that standard, that jab, because this is a fight. That's the jab that got to stay out there, the names.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies. Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, and no guile in Revelation 14.
Yep.
For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid.
Yeah, that right there is a direct precept of Psalms 23, where he goes into the shepherd's prayer. It says, they shall feed and lie down. He's likening us to being sheep there.
There you go.
You know, because when you go into the nature of sheep and such, they don't feed nor lie down until they're in a comfortable position. And they won't even feed and lie down if there's, I said, victory in the sense, but, you know, they have to get along with it. Even if there's a quarrel amongst, this is sheep. Not the whole flock won't be at ease, and they won't feed and lie down. So that's a very significant part about that, because he's likening us to sheep. So that feed and lie down is going into us being in complete tranquility and comfort.
Yeah, read that next verse.
Verse 14, it reads, sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away.
What are we singing? Singing a new song.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 15, the Lord hath taken away thy judgments. He hath cast out thine enemy. The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore.
Lord, we go for Lord, and restriction and go out there and we're doing now is just one aspect of glory. There's another glory coming. We ain't gonna be on the highways and loading videos forever.
Yeah.
The next glory is coming. All right, but we have to, it's all predicated on faith. So we can go back to Isaiah 51 unless somebody got some.
Okay. This is back in the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 3. For Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai shall comfort Zion. He will comfort all of her waste places. He will make her wilderness like Eden.
Like Eden.
Mm-hmm.
See, the earth is going to be turned back into Eden, man.
Okay.
Through this word. Go ahead.
And her desert like the garden of the Lord, eastward in Eden.
Eastward in Eden. There you go.
Yep.
Read it. Say it. Say it.
Well, you brought up the point earlier going into how that was the land that was given unto Adam. Right here is pretty much saying the same thing in a roundabout way.
Mm-hmm.
In that land, it's going to be like the garden. That's the garden of God, which the Lord planted Adam in that lineage.
There you go.
Or they got casted away, but you know what I mean. Initially, it was supposed to be theirs.
Who else is a notable figure that land was said to belong to?
Well, I know about Melchizedek.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
King of Salem.
King of Salem.
Salem is Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
King of peace. That's where peace is going to be issued forth from.
That's right.
And that's the order we're going to enter in, man. Because remember, Paul let you know he didn't have record of his mother or father. Why? Because he came directly from the heaven. So that's the order we're going to come from. In the kingdom. That it was at that time that Abraham received the blessing, he popped up.
Yeah, around the same time.
At the same time.
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
All right, what verse we at?
Verse 4. Oh, we continue in verse 3. It says, and her desert like the garden of the Lord, joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving and the voice of melody. Hearken unto me, my people. Give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed from me.
So how are people going to hearken to the Lord, man? Through the prophets.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving you the message that's going to lead to this. Because people try to, it ain't about man. Well, it's not. It's through Yahweh, all right, through Yahweh Shah, through the Holy Spirit that's given unto particular men who are going to what? Sing a particular song, which somebody get Psalms 40 and 3 real quick. As we just read in Zephaniah 3, sing, O daughter of Zion. What are they singing?
It's a Psalm 40, verse 3. It says, and he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in Yahweh Shem Shah.
There you go. So that's the process. The new song is given unto those who is given to. No man can learn that song, save the 144. And as they sing it, many will see it, and those of the elect will then trust and fear in Yahweh Shem Shah. And that process is happening right now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
I got one. This is 2 verses. Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them through the messengers, the prophets. Verse 10, it says, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. So that's talking about the elect, man, singing that new song, And you got to be a part of that election to be able to understand and to be able to join in the song,
Yep, you got to be of the election to get the protection.
Yep.
While they sitting, we winning.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hosea 12:10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
That's it. That's it. So that's how you hearken unto the Lord. The Most High ain't down here around the corner from McDonald's.
Right.
Preaching the word unto you.
Exactly.
No, he's gonna send men.
Yep. That's right.
So this is a blessed position. Go ahead. Isaiah 51.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 4. Continuing on, it says, for a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people.
Right, and that's ultimately what it's all about. This earth being guided and ran through the vibration of Yahweh Shem Shai. This message is going to lead to that. Go ahead.
My righteousness is near, my salvation is gone forth, and my arms shall judge the people.
My arms shall judge the people. Okay, go ahead.
It says, the isles shall wait for me upon me. On my arm, they trust.
On my arm. Now, who's the arm? Let's look at the word.
I was interested to see what that word
I
arm
did a
was.
lesson on it yesterday, so I already got it. So the word arm in the Hebrew is Zah Ra Y. All right, forearm, shoulder, arm as symbol of strength, forces.
Forces. There we go.
Who his right hand and his holy arm
That's right.
starts at Yahweh Shai and the angels.
Yeah.
Okay, forces, political and military, shoulder of animal sacrifice.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So the arm of the Most High has always been Yahweh Shai and the angels. That's how he's going to save us. That's how he's going to grab us up out of here. That's likened unto his arm.
That's very heavy. It said the shoulder of a lamb or such, or a thing sacrificed, because that was the priestly portion that they would eat.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah,
That's
right.
part of the lamb.
That was
that
the best.
shoulder.
They would eat it in the Holy of Holies. We eat it in
Yep.
the temple.
Right there in the temple,
That's what they do. Yep.
which is part of that sacrifice, which is the Lord's portion.
That's it.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Damn.
The Lord's portion is his people, man.
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
Heavy.
That's it. So read that part again in Isaiah 51 about the arm.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, continuing in verse 4. And I will make my judgment to rest for a lot of my people. My righteousness is near. My salvation is gone forth, and mine arms shall judge the people.
My arms shall judge the people. Go ahead.
And isles shall wait upon me, and on mine arm shall they trust. Yahweh Shai.
Right. The elect Yahweh Shai, man. Because even in Egypt, it was the Most High who got the credit.
Yeah.
But how did he do that? Through his angel. He sent Yahweh Shai. His holy arm. He's likened to his right arm the whole time. Even Genesis 1:1, he's presenting his government. The Elohim.
Yeah.
That's what this whole book is about, man. Yahweh Shai is really, the whole book testifies of him. Go ahead.
Gone. Continuing on in verse 6. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment. And they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever.
So people are getting ready to be destroyed, man. That's another thing that's coming from this message. We're speaking destruction.
That's right.
All right, into existence, man. You can see it being formulated. Right? Go ahead.
Gone. It says, and my righteousness shall not be abolished.
And Esau's trying to, through his technology, cut off the righteousness of the Lord. That's what he's doing. He's trying to manipulate the genetics of the people. He's trying to create a whole new species so that the Lord can just be like, well, that ain't what I created, so y'all got it. That's what he's trying to do. Everything we're eating, everything that we're breathing, drinking, is to separate us from the Most High.
That's right.
But the Lord said his righteousness is not going to be abolished. Go ahead.
Come. It says, verse 7, hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law.
And man, somebody get second Esdras. Who are the people on the planet Earth in this time calling on the Lord, man, to come back and establish the law, statutes, commandments? It's not the small acts. It's us. Yeah. You know, second Esdras. What nation have been that precepts outside of Israel? Is that 6?
Is that 6? I'll go to the history.
At the very end of the 6.
That's for the
Yes. Second Esdras 3. And I'll get it.
Oh, verse 32, or is there?
Yeah, start there.
Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, Second Esdras chapter 3, verse 32. Actually, yeah, I can start up. Second 30. Yeah, I'll start at verse 30. Second Esdras 3 and 30. It says, "For I have seen how thou sufferest them sinning, and hast spared wicked doers."
Right.
Talking about the other nations. It says, "And hast destroyed thy people, and hast preserved thine enemies."
Right. The enemy is winning. Moab can eat a crocodile while it's living.
Run America.
And go run a marathon. It's okay. It's just like the Lord is allowing the heathen to win it. But look at us. But see, we have comfort and understanding that through this word. It doesn't drive us crazy now. If you didn't understand it, as you'd be marching, crying, like, what's up? Man, you got the truth. Go ahead.
It says, and it has destroyed thy people, and has preserved thine enemies, and has not signified. Verse 31. Are they then?
He just going in.
Oh, Lord. That's how you love
So he's taking it. Right.
Verse 32, it says, or is there any other people that knoweth thee besides Israel? For what generation hath so believed thy covenants as Jacob? It says, verse 3, and their reward appeareth not.
Ain't no heathen. The store. They own everything around. Anything about the world comes back.
Verse 30, it says, weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and theirs also that dwell in the world. And so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
This is how we know those Northern Kingdom brothers got to be Israelites.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no heathen doing it. It's not prophesied that a heathen were going to do this.
Absolutely.
The heathen that were justified by faith, which are Israelite foreigners, but actual heathen ain't going to be doing this. Go ahead.
Verse 35, it says, or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
Point blank period.
I got one real quick. Psalms 53:2. The Most High looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand, that did seek the Most High. Okay.
Still.
The Lord called Abraham, man. Out of that, all those, different men that was on earth at that time,
Yeah.
that line,
Yep.
that chosen seed, man.
Yep. He chose Abraham. Right?
This is back in the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 7. Hearken unto me, ye that know righteousness, the people in whose heart is my law. Fear ye not the reproach of men,
Right.
neither
It's
be
getting ready to come. It's getting ready to come. The reproach of man is coming. We know this is coming. So we got to believe on a whole nother level what was coming down the pipe. You can't believe like you believed in 2012. You got to believe what was coming down the pipe.
Gotta be a fool for how much y'all say.
Yeah, it's coming.
I got one.
Yeah.
This is First Maccabees 2:50. Shout out to my man. One of our favorites. Yeah. First Maccabees 2:50. It says, now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. you know, because that's how compelled we are for this thing of ours, man. You know, we're willing to put our lives on the line and be martyrs for the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
You know, because we're faithful witnesses, man. You know?
And when you truly believe in the Lord, right?
Right.
You understand that death isn't final. So it's not like a real threat to you because you're like, okay,
Right.
that's it. You understand?
You
So
know we're
like,
gonna come back.
you know we're gonna come back.
That's right.
A part of Yahweh Shai's walk was to be crucified and resurrected.
Yeah.
If we come in the same stead, it's a strong possibility for you. You know what I'm saying? For us, even though the Lord says some of us may not taste, He didn't say all of us. Everybody that believe on Him, you're gonna have to show it.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
All
and
the
like
apostles.
yeah, and that's the thing. Knowing the scriptures is where your comfort come from.
Yeah. I seen a video the other day. This guy, he heard sheep, and they drew like with chalk an illusion like of hallways on the sidewalk
I
that
saw
the
that.
sheep were
Yep.
coming up, and they saw it. Now, even though it's not real, they got confused and all the sheep veered off the path. Now, the elect, we're not going to veer off the path because we know it's not real. These threats that Esau is putting in front of our face is not real.
Right.
And the only way you can have that faith and walk through the illusion is if you understand the prophecies and you truly have that faith.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're a fool, but the Mashiach sake.
Yeah, the apostles took those deaths because they knew they was gonna come back, man.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, that picture that was drawn on that
See it?
illustration was like it's likened to, as we would know, a device of Satan.
Yeah.
The elect won't be deceived by Satan's devices like regular sheep will veer off a path due to an illusion.
Yeah.
You know, these sheep right here are gonna know the game plan.
Yeah. They don't trust in the shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
Because understanding there's no way to lose.
Yeah.
It's a win-win, whether you be a martyr or whether you don't. There's no way to
You
it's
can't
a
lose
win-win.
if
We
you
can't
follow
lose.
the path. You
If we
can't
follow
lose.
it through, that's what I'm saying.
Even those who died, really, you didn't taste of death.
Right.
Straight
Yeah.
up. Yeah, you did. You good.
You gonna raise first, man.
You good. That's right. That's right. Live unto the Lord.
That's right.
If I miss Salaki, it also says, strive for the truth unto death, then the Lord shall fight for thee. So it's going to be put in those uncomfortable situations, even to the point you're facing death. And that's when your faith is on the line. That's when the Lord is going to lift that standard. You know, when the true threats come on that way. But if you strive unto death, knowing it's a possibility, that's when the Lord is going to reveal himself and show his face. Then he shall fight for you.
So when you look up that word fools, it comes to mysterion, right? It says general mysteries, religious secrets, confided only to the initiated and not to ordinary mortals. I'll be a fool all day.
That's what's going to make you a fool, that you know those things.
Right.
By proclaiming it.
Right.
It's going to make you even more foolish. To tell people gigantic what they think is a UFO coming from the sky.
Right.
That's a mystery
Yeah.
that we have understanding of, that we're boldly. It's going to make you foolish.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of those secrets that the Lord revealed to the prophets.
Right.
Those three. A lot of people are not going to get it because they don't understand it.
Hey, didn't that definition just say not to ordinary mortals
Mm-hmm.
from the foundations of the world, baby?
Yeah.
Ephesians 1 and 4.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right. This is back in Isaiah 51, continuing on in verse.
First Maccabees?
Oh,
I just want to get that one.
I got a little bit more on here.
Salaki.
Another part. It says, of the Most High, the secret counsels which govern God in dealing with the righteous, which are hidden from ungodly and wicked men, but plain to the godly.
Plain.
All of them see things of the Most High, spiritual man.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Man, write the vision, make it plain upon tables. People may run that, read it. Make it plain to the godly. Yep, that's it. Did you back in Isaiah 51? Okay. This is back in Isaiah 51, continuing in verse 7. Fear not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revelings.
Right, the insults, because it's coming. And the Lord has already prepared us for it. What worse can you be called? Rapists. Right. That are like, okay.
The Lord turned it back on us. How much more can we be after? I would much rather get back the graces of the Lord than
Right.
the 2/3.
Absolutely.
You know?
What do we have to be ashamed of? We look at the curses. Read that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
These people can't do like the Lord did unto us already.
Yeah.
It's like and then now we've already seen how unreasonable, wicked, demonic, and
Ridiculous.
you know what I'm saying, these people are. So it's like, who gives a damn that a person who eats catfish and lobster and sodomite has to say about you?
Right.
Yeah.
Prophets that won't
I'll take
prophesy.
it, whatever. You know,
yeah.
But what if some shall not believe?
Weirdos. Yeah. Big grown man creating different profiles to scoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, does it really matter what they
It's
say?
not going to change the outcome.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we was mentioning the other day at camp. We're not in this to protect or build a reputation.
Right.
We don't care about what people think about us. Our concern is the mission, and that's what you basically summarize. These people's thoughts or opinions about you don't change the path of the mission.
Bring it out.
Asaph had comfort when you read Psalm 73, when he said that when I went into the tabernacle of the Lord, then I understood the end. Right? Because now we're comforted, because we already know the outcome, regardless of how it play out, how things may seem, people coming up against us, they don't believe. We already know. We do. We believe.
Yeah. We have our forefathers to
Right.
to, like Noah, he was scoffed.
Right.
When you put all of the precepts together, they were scoffing him. I mean, we have to go through the same thing. But what happened after they scoffed? They drowned.
Start raining.
But you just gotta have faith. Being long suffering and not, creating your own vengeance and laughing and having comfort in all of the hell you catch is knowing the end result.
Right.
These people are going, but that takes faith.
Yep.
Part of faith, right? It's not spoken on a lot. Is to be patient.
Yeah.
To be long suffering and understanding what the will of the Lord is and not overreacting, knowing the Lord will get these niggas anyway.
Yeah.
Instead of destroying your whole life, crying for vengeance on somebody, just like leave it. The Lord will get your ass.
Noah probably was crying to the Lord. Certain things that's not written of. He probably went through.
It only makes sense.
Certain things he had,
Yeah.
anxiety. Like he went through all types of roller coasters of emotions and thoughts.
Yeah.
Praying to the Lord constantly, like to finish his course.
For the 20 years too. Shit.
Niggas coming up against him, man. Probably trying to hinder him building.
Yeah. Setting his wood on fire.
Yeah, all kind of wicked shit, bro.
Imagine all that stuff.
All that, bro.
Yeah. It's safe to assume that. I do got a precept too. No, come. Just going into the revelings that we got to endure all the BS. It's the sacrifice at the end of the day. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 16. And I'm gonna read the 17. And it says, holding forth the word of life, which is Yahushua, that I may rejoice in the day of Yahushua, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with you all. So he understood the big picture. Revelings, everything that came with it was a sacrifice. And just as he had to endure, which is the Apostle Paul, we all got to do the same thing, which is, again, part of the revelings and the slander that we receive daily from these niggas.
Yeah.
Barabbas free.
Yeah. That's right.
You're free. What's his name? Young Thug. Mm-hmm. If it came between us and him, they gonna free Thug. It's free Thug.
Niggas came on the Apostle around comment board, which is like, yeah, we know y'all GMS niggas beat up somebody and beat them to death.
Yeah, what's
so
up?
they're just lying. So I'm just like, so what these niggas are getting ready to do is just be unreasonable.
Yeah.
The same way they were with Yahushua.
That's right. That's right.
They brought all kind of different accusations, just lying. They took turns lying, literally.
Lined up.
They lined up to lie. These niggas are back.
To the point to where anybody with sense realize, like, hold up, these niggas,
They crazy.
they can't do that.
Yeah. The elect don't see that.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, ain't no way. We would know.
Yeah.
You know?
They were being so unreasonable. Yahushua just got quiet.
Yeah. He asked him, he said, did you say you the son of God? Because he knew in his mind that he ain't do that. He was like, bro, I'm trying to get you out right now. But nah, man, these niggas gonna be niggas.
Hey, that's why the scriptures call the elect, loosely paraphrased, and it says deceivers, but yet true. In the eyes of the unwise and unrighteousness, we're likened unto deceivers, this, that, and the third. But in the eyes of the wise, it's a true saying what we're talking about, which is his testimony. You know,
that's right. Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But
be a coward. Go out there and be a coward.
Oh, exactly.
Else, whatever, man.
Yeah, right.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
See, it's y'all fault. If y'all wasn't there doing them, always talking all that internal stuff, we'll be chilling. They gonna blame it on us.
Yeah, right.
Right. We were telling everybody they can have fun. We were telling everybody that, watch. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly.
They're a bunch of wolves, so they gonna do that, lie, make up all type of shit like I said.
Mm-hmm.
You got some? I got some.
All right, then let's get back to Isaiah 51. Okay. Go ahead.
It's Acts chapter 5, verse 38. It says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, he cannot withdraw it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High." So that's what these niggas finna do. Because when they see that it ain't stopped, we've been preaching all these years and years, and all this stuff coming to pass, they gonna know it's of the Lord. And then they gonna know that the Lord about to destroy their ass for everything they done did to us.
That's right. Yep. Another side to rebellion. But we have the ability to understand that they must be here.
Yeah,
There were particular people just born in vanity, just to be assholes and demons.
Stink me.
Yep. And we also understand some of these wicked niggas are gonna repent too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So our job, we ain't got no choice but to just do what's right.
Absolutely.
You know? And Yahweh following Yahweh Shai is the easiest way to accomplish that. It alleviates all of the folly that comes in your mind. Just apply him. You know. Go ahead.
This is back in the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 8. It says, "For the moth shall eat them up like a garment, and the worm shall eat them like wool. But my righteousness shall be forever, and my salvation from generation to generation."
Right. These people get ready to lose. We get ready to win. Like again, while they're sinning, we winning. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 9. "Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai."
See? Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O arm of Yahweh.
There we go. That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we just looked up the meaning of arm.
Yeah.
Okay. Which, I mean, what did Yahweh Shai say? You shall see me on the right hand of power. Let's get that. Matthew 26 and 64, I believe. Somebody get it real quick. Matthew 26. Because he said it himself.
Matthew 26:24.
64.
64. All right. It says, "Yahweh shall say it unto him, Thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall you see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power."
Right hand of power. See that?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
"And coming in clouds of heaven."
Right, and that's his forces. Now, the word right hand in the Greek is dexios. All right, metaphorically, a place of honor and authority. That's Yahweh Shai. Okay, he's the arm of the Most High. And his presence is all throughout this book, if you have a spiritual eye. It said, "Awake, put on thy strength, O arm of the Lord." That's our cry. All right, like this particular psalm, I'll get it real quick. This is Psalm 74 and 11. "Why withdrawest thou thy right hand?" It says, "Why withdrawest thou thy hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom." Bring them, bring Yahweh Shai. That's what I'm
Shop. Yeah.
Let me read it in the NLT. Psalm 74 and 11. "Why do you hold back your strong right hand? Unleash your powerful fist and destroy them." See, unleash your power. See, the Most High has a right hand that is more powerful than Deontay Wilder, Mike Tyson. Somebody gets Psalms 98 and 1. The whole book is speaking about Yahweh Shai.
Okay.
Even in Deuteronomy 33, it said, "From thy right hand went the law." That angel that was hovering over the mountain, Yahweh Shai was Yahweh Shai. The whole time. But who got the glory? The Most High God, Yahweh. Psalms 98:1.
Psalm chapter 98, verse 1. "O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm hath gotten him the victory."
Man, I said the king ain't got to work. He set out his right hand.
Right hand quitter. Yep. And that's how we're going to be gathered up. That's how we're going to be saved, man.
That's right.
So that's the arm of the Most High, man. Somebody, you got something?
Yeah, if I can say this, those that have kids, if you ever seen the movie, what's up, John? The movie where the guy that lead him, like goes to Mars. John's, you remember that movie?
He might go to Mars.
He tried
Alice?
It's not Interstellar.
That was the show.
Nah, that wasn't Mars.
Came out years ago?
Yeah, it came out years
I
ago.
don't remember. I think I know what you're talking about. I was young when it
Something
came out.
Mars, yeah, even like he goes to Mars and he develops a lot of strength, but there's aliens there and there was no war.
John Carter?
John
Oh, I'm thinking of something
John
else.
Carter,
Oh,
Mars.
shit. Yeah.
And so actually the alien that was the head of that tribe, he called John Carter his right hand.
Oh, shit.
But John Carter was actually used to win the war because he had the power.
Yeah,
He actually
I do remember
my
that.
right hand. You know?
Right, secretaries. In the ancient world, secretaries wasn't just these deep little women here. Secretaries were like the most important part of the kingdom.
Secretary of Defense.
Game of Thrones, all the kings, they had their right hand. He had a pen that he was called the hand.
Yes, he was called the hand.
So and they did most of like the heavy lifting for the king. All the little secret plans. People trying to the hand knew about those things.
Yeah, you couldn't have direct access to the king. You had to go
Yeah,
to
go to the hand
Because
first.
hand means power, 5.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's right.
This is Psalm 17, verse 6. It says, I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O Yahweh, incline thy ear unto me, and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand.
Save us by thy right hand. That's how he saved. Yes, he's the savior, but how does he do it? With his right hand. And Torah only people, all of it, everything we're reading is in this. We didn't just put this in there.
Right.
It's all there, and they don't believe the report.
Yeah, so, how much I even say it's the only way you're gonna get to the Father is by me. You can't just go to the King.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the hand.
Even before the New Testament,
Right.
in Egypt, what did he say? I send my angel. This is who you should listen to.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that's going to bring you to the Hittites and get to the Holy Land. Through him, that's how we won those wars.
Right.
That's how we got out of Egypt.
Remember Moses had this staff?
He had to hold his hands.
Yes.
Spiritually. Yeah.
But then it goes to what you said back into faith, because this is a report that's been reported on the planet. So in order for you to believe the report, that's where your faith lies. You have to believe it.
Yeah.
Right. You speak it all day, but you got to believe it. That's why I said you have to believe our report, to whom this arm of the Lord revealed. There you go. That's Isaiah 51. So you got to believe on the report that's been reported to you.
That's what it was in John 5. The Most High gave this. Shot through John.
Yeah.
God, beautiful.
Psalm 17:7. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand, them which put their trust in thee from those that raise up against them.
Woo! There's so many scriptures. Somebody else has some?
This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 9. Awake, awake. Put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake, as in the ancient days. In the generations of old, art thou not in, so like, I'm going to read that part again. Art thou not it that hath cut Rahab and wounded the dragon?
And who's that talking about? Egypt.
Egypt.
Right? Because when you read it in the NLT, it says, rouse yourself up as in the days of old when we slew Egypt, the dragon of the Nile. I believe Psalms 89 goes at that right here.
If it's, you know,
No, hit it.
this is Psalms 89 and 10. Thou hast broken Rahab in pieces as one that is slain. Thou hast scattered thine enemies with thy strong arm. Yep, and again, that's that going right there into, you know, right there into that the dragon. You know, and it's ironic. I did a class on this a few weeks ago, and the elder brother Micah Allah made a beautiful point. Rahab was also known as the time when we went to the land of Jericho. It's the same name of a harlot. You know, to Babylon today. You know, the great harlot, the great war. You know, so the Lord's going to destroy the harlot.
Right. It's it took his son. You did this by your strong arm. Then you go to the actual story, it was his angel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably stories that we don't even have written of deliverance.
Straight up.
You know what proves that? Somebody get Genesis 30, Genesis 48 and 16.
Wow. Look right to the page. Genesis 48 and 16. All right, it reads.
Start at 15.
Verse 15, it reads, and he blessed Joseph and said, God, before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God which fed me all my life long unto this day, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads.
The angel which redeemed me from all evil. So what did he what did he go through? I mean, we know Jacob's whole story is written, but it's probably stuff written.
Absolutely.
Situations that, you know what I'm saying, he don't even know about. I mean, he was all over the place.
Yep.
And let my name be named on them, and the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth.
So as he's blessing Ephraim and Manasseh, he mentioned the angel which redeemed me from all evil. And it's a capital A.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And that word angel is Malak, messenger, representative, messenger, angel, theophanic angel,
Priest, king.
I got it real quick.
Like what Bon just brought up, Moses needing his hand raised. Don't you know it was Judah and Levi who that helped him?
Oh, so the other one's a Levite. Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot his name.
I believe so. Judah and Levi.
Well, this was Judah because Aaron's Levite.
I believe his name was or something like that. He was Judah and another one was Levi.
Aaron was the second one.
Right. Yeah. There you go. The king and priest.
Got you. Straight up. Absolutely.
Yep.
This is John 21:25. It says, and there are also many other things which Yahushua did, the which, if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. You know what I'm saying? We got enough. I'm going to book.
Jacob understood that it was an angel that the Most High used. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 9, verses 6 and 7. For a child is born to us, a son is given to us. The government will rest on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, His peace. His government and his peace will never end. He will rule with fairness and justice from the throne of his ancestor David for all eternity. The passionate commitment of the Lord Yahweh of armies will make this happen.
Yep, when you look at that word Lord of hosts, okay, that word hosts. Talks about, there you go. It means that which goes forth, army, warfare, hosts, organized army, host of angels. So it's all here in the Bible, but not everybody believes the report. The warfare. And Isaiah 19, Revelation 19 goes into that. It's going to be in righteousness. He's going to make war, and the different angels will be formed. Go back to Isaiah 51.
This is back in Isaiah 51:10. Art thou not in that, art thou not it which drive the sea, the waters of the great deep, that have made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over?
Who did that? The angel of the Lord in Egypt. That's right. Exodus 14 goes into the whole thing. All right. Before that great work was worked, somebody get Exodus 14. And just read one scripture out of that.
I can get it. Start at.
Let's see here. And the angel of the Lord. So,
While you look at
go ahead.
this is the book of Psalms, chapter 74, verse 12. For the Most High is my King of old.
Where you at?
Psalm 74:12. Working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength, which alluding to right there. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters, which is another synonymous for Rahab or Egypt. It says, thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces and gave him to be meat for the people inhabiting the wilderness. But the point was going into how he divided the sea, which is that salvation, that delivers from Egypt, namely the Gulf of Suez of the Red Sea.
Because people always just do, Yah only. It was Yah that did it. Well, I mean, according to the story, yeah, it was him, but how did he do it? Exodus 14 and 19.
This is Exodus 14 and 19. And the angel of the Most High, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. And it became between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by light to these.
See, that was the angel that did all that. Keep reading. The Israelites went on dry ground. Pharaoh eventually was drowned in his army, which the modern day Pharaoh, the modern day dragon, is Esau.
That's right.
He's getting ready to be drowned in fire.
That's right.
Okay, so let's go back to Isaiah 51.
Done. This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 11. Therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall return and come singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head.
That's the new Passover. The new Passover when we're, redeemed out of the hands of Esau, Edom. Revelation 15. And 1.
This is Revelation chapter 15, verse 1. It says, and I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 3 says, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the Most High,
Right.
and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord, our power almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints.
Right. So they sung the song of Moses, which will go to Exodus, the 15th chapter. We just read Exodus 14 about how the angel went before the Israelites, right? So let's get Exodus 15 and 1. They sung the song of Moses. So we're going to be singing the song of Moses all over again in the chariot. But this time, it's Esau.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Exodus 15 and 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
The horse and his rider had he thrown into the sea. That's right. Who's the modern day horse and his rider?
Esau.
Esau.
Right.
So the same fashion we were delivered out of ancient Egypt, the Lord is going to do it again. Isaiah 19.
Is that in second Ezra, like 3 or something too? Or like we're talking about Pharaoh drowned?
Probably.
It's about to be 3. I think
Three.
3 yes. Yep.
Yep.
You want to continue on with this?
Yeah, read verse 2.
Exodus 15 and 2, it says, the Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my power.
Right, so you can't leave out the presence of that angel.
Right.
You can't leave out his holy arm. And that's what niggas try to do. And now the servants, the prophets have been raised up, and you ain't got nowhere to go. You notice the Torah only, they're kind of silent now. I believe this brother, what's his name? Jun8.23.
I forgot about it.
Oh, yeah.
I think the way he be talking on the comment board, I think he believes in Yahushua now. I don't know for sure. He can, if you watch it, because he watch all the videos,
He's an ancient scoffer.
Yeah, he's scoffed,
years.
One of those chicks. What's this dude? Zion Lex. There was a point where he was like, man, the more I try to disprove the Yahushua, man, he's there.
Old Testament only.
So what they ain't got no, because all they do is sit up and talk about Yahushua being fake. They don't prophesy. They don't preach. But what are you gonna do with all this information we're bringing out?
They can't deal with it.
You can't deal with this.
Zion Lex is a big scoffer. I remember.
See, they thinking we just Jesus Christ. Nah, we dealing with the volume of the book. We ain't even. How many scriptures have we brought out in the New Testament outside of a few?
Yeah,
Right.
And we have already proved that there is a Son of the Most High. We proved that He does have representatives. His holy arm, the Lord of hosts, all of them, all of these things we're bringing out. You got something?
Quick one.
Yep.
Just going to tell you Yahushua was always there. This is the book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 56. And it says, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day. And he saw it and was glad, which is very spiritual, because that's going into, Isaac for real, because he rejoiced.
Yep.
And they laughed when Isaac was born. Also too, Melchizedek, you know what I'm saying? And also the angel he communed with when Sodom and Gomorrah was going to be burned by fire,
Yeah.
So he says, before Abraham, I was even already there present.
Already there.
It says in verse 57, then said the Jews unto him, thou art not 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham? Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
Now.
Then they took up stones to cast at him, but Yahushua hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them and passed by.
Because that was the angel who Moses was communicating.
That's right.
No, that was the word of the Most High.
Mhm.
Can't understand the Old Testament without believing in Yahushua, man.
That's right.
It just ain't gonna make sense, man.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Micah, I'll get it. One of my favorites, Micah 5 and 2. I read it in the NLT. But you, O Bethlehem Ephratah, the land where Solomon, David, and Yahushua were born.
Fruitful land.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the land that was associated with Esther. Or Ruth, Ruth.
Oh, yeah, that's
Boaz,
right.
that was that land
Yep.
that he redeemed back. With Ruth, it says, but you, O Bethlehem Ephratah, are only a small village among all the people of Judah. Yet a ruler will come from you whose origins are from the distant past. His origin is from the distant past.
What precept is that?
Man,
That's Michael, you said.
Micah
Is
5
that
and
the
2,
NLT?
but I read it in the NLT.
yeah, it said origins.
Yeah, that's a heavy break. Yeah, that's a heavy version right there.
Yes. So that is letting you know he's you know what I'm saying? He's from way back in the beginning.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
The prophet had to be with him too.
Proverbs. What's that? Proverbs 31. I was daily his delight.
Oh, Proverbs 8.
There we go. 8 and 31.
Yeah.
That's what it is. There we go.
He was from back then. The same message is an extension from back then to say now. So the prophets had to be with him too.
That's right.
The same is extended. It's extended. The light had extended it all the way from that time to this time now.
God.
That's a strong light, which is Yahushua.
Hey, when you read it in Revelation 14, it mentions that angel, which this angel is not Yahushua, but it mentions the angel having the everlasting gospel, preaching to them that inhabit the earth. And when you go into that word everlasting, it literally goes into before there was time and even after. It goes in continually, so that everlasting gospel predates even time within
He's the
itself.
source of that. Though.
That's right.
It is. I mean, it's him, but the angels pretty much work through the elect to carry out that message of the new song being sung.
That's right.
Somebody,
Yeah,
I
that
got
word
Revelation 6.
Okay.
no, we don't need that.
That word O, where it said origin in the NLT, it's Qadam in the Hebrew. It says east, antiquity,
Qadam.
front, that which is before or for time. You know, it says beginning, and then it says east.
That's everything.
The ancient way.
The ancient way.
The ancient way.
Hebrew. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Oh, from the past.
Well, no, I was saying Hebrew, like in the sense of the way it's written, from right to left, which east is the right.
Right.
Like English is backwards,
Yep.
like we wite it from left to right, but really
supposed to
the
start
beginning
on
is
the east.
on the right.
Beginning.
You know? Yep.
Wow. Damn.
That's how it's shot.
That's beautiful.
It all points to him.
Hey, John, the first chapter, in the beginning was the word. He was always
That's right.
the first spirit created.
Yep. Isaiah 51.
Close the book.
Yeah, we already an hour or something. Get as far as we can. Yeah.
Back in Isaiah 51?
Yeah.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, continuing in verse 11. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
New covenant, baby.
That's right. I, even I, am he that comforteth thee. Who art thou that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die?
Man.
And of the
knowing what we know, like, to hell with Esau, man. That's right. Go ahead.
And it says, and the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass. And forgettest Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua thy maker, that hath stretched forth the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, and has feared continually every day because of the fury of the oppressor, as if he were ready to destroy? And where is the fury of the oppressor?
Right. The Lord is like, nigga, do you realize what I'm getting ready to do to them?
Yeah,
Like, you sitting up here worried, a faint heart behind Esau and his NWO. Man, to hell with this guy. He's a clown. Yahushua and somebody get 2nd Esdras 13 and 38 real quick. Just read it real quick. He's gonna destroy you, you devil, man. You know, like all of this stuff you see Esau boasting in, and don't be afraid, man. He ain't gonna win. The Lord didn't create Esau to win.
Right.
Like, look at him. Like, he ain't gonna win, bro.
I said, look how many times the Lord done moved the finish line so we can win.
Right.
You know, on a video game as a kid, you might lose. You just kind of start it over, or you just change the slide. That's what the Lord do for us. We good.
Right.
You know.
It's 37. Second Ezra 13:37.
I got it.
Turn the fans up.
It's 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 37. It says, "And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest."
That's it. The chip, all that's gonna be the Lord is for the destroy this devil. Let's go back. Come.
It says back in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14, the captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fall. It says, but I am Yahweh thy God, that divided the sea, whose waves roared.
Right, and that's, you know, part of that blood was to receive the Holy Spirit, but it's also for us to be ransomed out of captivity. So we're hastening for that day, praying and hoping we're of that number, man. You know, death will not be our fate. You know, and it's written. Even those of us who have to get beheaded, you don't really die.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
But we do have to go through that straight gate until that moment. I don't believe we'll even feel it. Like step. Yeah. Go ahead.
God. I got a quick precept real quick. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. You got people that are going to raise up, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Some to raise up for deliverance, and some raise up just to get judged. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, where am I?
Yeah, right.
You gonna know exactly why.
Yeah.
You gonna know.
Corinthians, you talking about 2 Corinthians 5 and 10?
The word speaking to some for death and some for life.
Okay, God.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14. It says, nor that his bread should fail, which was the end of 14. It says, but I am Yahweh thy God, that divided the sea, whose waves roared. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts is his name.
So he keeps giving, he always is telling you about his son the whole time. It's all testifying of Yahweh Shai, because we just read how that happened.
Yep.
In the, you know, so you Yahwehlites are through. You're blinded, like with Assyria. It's kind of sad that you're this blinded.
Right.
Like we're sitting here reading this,
Yeah.
but Jake doesn't have the ability to see that it's right there.
Yep.
But we get it. No, it's not sad. We get it, you know. But damn,
Right.
what great understanding you're missing out on if you're denying Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. But I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand.
Right. He's
Goes
put his
ahead.
words in our mouth.
God.
Like Moses said, I will speak through you. I will be thy mouth. Oh man, and cover thee in the shadow of my hand.
It says, and I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out.
It ain't nothing else left to drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing else left. It's our captivity is coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of
That's what Lamentations.
Yeah, our iniquity is over, bro. This is it.
Yep.
You know, I mean, we got more to go as far as the straight gate, but what else is there? You know, this is it. We drunk it now, and we deserved it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Looking at Jake and how they act now, I get it. I get everything that's happened to us.
I would drown us too.
Hell yeah.
I would drown us too.
Straight up.
Verse 10. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she had brought up.
Verse 18, right?
Yeah, that was verse 18. Yes, sir.
Right, because no man will save you.
Mm-hmm.
No man will redeem. When you look at that word, no man shall buy you. It means to redeem. The only one who's can redeem us back to the Father is through Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, somebody get Isaiah 59 real quick. He who departed from wickedness maketh himself
got you.
pray. You get that?
It's Isaiah
15.
59, and I'll start at 15.
Yep.
It says, yea, the truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
Right, because how will we get back? Like nothing from this world is going to get us back. I mean, we're preaching and doing, but really the redeeming process has got to come through Yahushua. Go ahead.
And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness is sustained him.
Right. There you go. Like it says in one of the scriptures, the Lord hath made there his salvation, his holy arm in the sight of the nations. So it's coming. Let's go back.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 19. And it says, these two things are come unto thee. Who shall be worried for thee? Desolation and destruction and famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee?
Man.
This
is the only word that our people should be looking for. After all that's happened unto us, Jake hearing this and it'll comfort him. God damn, what more does Jake want? Right. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of the streets as a wild bull in a net.
Right, you have nothing. Your sons are complete sodomites and demons. Your daughters are complete whores and losers. And it's like you have nothing else to look forward to here. Go ahead.
They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunk it, but not with wine.
And that's Jake's issue. They are drunkards.
Right.
But the wine that they're drunk off of is the philosophies of this world. All right? Hear this. This is what the Lord wants you to hear. Go ahead.
It says, verse 22, thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh. Because it says, thus saith the Lord right there. But, just for the reader that says that, it's thus saith thy Lord, which that will be, Adawan or Adanya. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. Okay? And thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold,
this is the only message that's truly pleading our people's cause. No other really philosophy. Everything else got y'all marching, downplaying your true power, losing. This is the only gospel that emboldens you and gives you an identity, a way to walk.
That's right.
Other things got you walking in circles 40 years.
Straight up.
They building up cowards.
Something to look forward to. A vision.
But the Lord's blood was being called to Jake. He died for the blood. You know what I'm saying? Started with the blood.
Yeah, that black culture shit didn't do nothing but lead to destruction. I mean, black culture got this monkey in the office right now.
Yeah. Black culture shot.
Yeah, black culture had us.
That nigga said if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
That's right.
That nigga's lying the fuck up.
Straight up.
Other people like,
And just to correct myself, because it's really the electoral college, just for myself, the electoral college that does it, but Jake was adamant still.
They entered you.
You Joe Biden save us.
Yeah.
Nigga one.
They love to have it so.
Yep.
Yeah, straight up.
Go ahead.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 51, verse, I'm just reading, I think verse 22, okay. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Precept.
Man, why y'all rushing outside? Real talk.
Oh yeah, Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. Here's the point, verse 22. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So basically, that cup is being taken away from us, man. It's being put on our enemies.
Yes, right. This proves the final captivity is through Esau.
That too. Yep.
Because in that chapter, he's crying and mourning, looking at Jake, and family, dying and being destroyed by the Babylonians. And who helped? Esau. So he looked at him and he saw Esau. He was like, you rejoice and be glad.
Right.
And he prophesied of the fact that we're going to be in captivity to them. And our captivity ends through Esau, which is tied to Babylon, the final rulership of the beast, of the heathen, you know.
The final boss on the game.
That's
Yep.
it.
Gotta be.
Yep. King Cooper.
King Cooper.
King Trooper. And get the castle. Princess.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just read this one to link it so listeners can know. This Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, "And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee."
There you go. Thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee. Deuteronomy 33. Esau's done. This ain't a good time to be an Edomite.
Yeah, that's right. They don't want to be classified as white people really at all.
Yeah,
They try to run around.
They trying to get away from
They try to say, y'all, my people are from Sweden or
right.
Norway.
Niggas be Cherokee.
But
Cherokee. I was just like,
it's always Cherokee.
It's always Cherokee.
No other tribe.
I said that to somebody before at work. He was like, I'm part of it. I'm like, what are you, Cherokee? He was like,
What about
yeah.
What about Megasuki?
You know what I'm saying? For real though.
Passion, give me something.
Hey, now that I think about it, I never heard nobody say something else.
Telling Esau being in Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. So Mosiah 4:7, he's going to hold Esau through. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to the battle. And who's that also going to happen to? Babylon the Great.
That's it.
That links Esau to Babylon the Great. And this is the end time prophecy.
That's right.
For nuclear destruction, the third world war. So that like I said, that proves that Esau is going to be the last captivity.
That's right.
Right. Beautiful. Let's finish off the last verse in Isaiah 51.
Come.
And then we'll go through the whole book of Genesis.
This is the last final chapter of
Can we
Isaiah.
have some fun?
Isaiah 51:23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. Thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them they went over. That's graphic right there when you think about it. They steamrolled us pretty much. You know? Shit. We were literally like, their footstool at a point in time.
They was resting their feet on our children.
They got pictures of
That
it.
bare feet.
Yeah, just like bare Edomite feet on your kid's back.
At Uncle Tom's cabin,
Yeah.
they was at dinner and they had kids as footstool on the table while they were eating dinner.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Yeah, they probably was making rugs out of Jake. They skin the bears and animals. It's probably
It was like
clothes and everything.
Maybe like 8 years ago on eBay, somebody had to take a jacket down that was made out of slave skin.
Wow.
Oh, like they got family heirlooms they'll pass down.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Especially in the South. So.
Remember that video that came out? It was like an old chair that had
the hair.
slave hair in it, like it was like.
Check how it
That's
is.
Afro
Me
culture.
and both sides of the sun cold, bro. That's on us.
He got our
Don't
ass.
surprise me.
Man. He got us. I get it.
Hell, I can't get my words to that.
Man.
Like the scripture say, it is good that I have been afflicted, that I may pay attention to thy judgments. Now, I understand why our mistake, was a deadly one. And obedience is the best way. So, anybody else got something?
No, there was one.
Yeah, this is
guy.
there was what I was thinking of. Just with that. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 13. And it says, but to which of the angels said he at my time, sit at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool? Which we know when Yahushua comes and sets salvation, that's when Edom's going to be cast down. So for certainty that footstool is Edom, because it says Moab is thy washpot and Edom shall be thy shoe. The lower extremities of it. So Yahushua is coming to put Edom under our feet.
That's it.
I got one. So with that, it says Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am the Most High. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The power of Jacob is our refuge. God, be still and wait. Because think about it. This is not our fight. this is the most, he said he's a man of war, right?
Yeah.
In 2 Chronicles 20:15, see something 18 to tell you to wait. This is his war.
Yeah.
This is not our fight.
That's right.
This is so we gotta be still on the Lord and make his move.
Yeah.
So part of that deliverance and salvation would be through a lot of grim and deep, unbelievable shit. That's where salvation will come out of.
Facts and signs.
Yeah, facts and signs. That's what we got, bro. We still in wait.
That's right.
It ain't our fight shit.
Yeah. Like a broadcast.
He said he got a controversy with the inhabitants of the past. You see what I'm saying? So, like,
We gotta ride the wave.
you gotta ride.
Facts. Believe and just only believe. That's the only. What else we gonna do? We can't turn around. We can't look back. The only thing we can do is just
Go forward.
man. That's right.
That was it.
Hopefully, y'all are edified. With that, we're gonna give all praise to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
I got 2 more.